Hello, in this video I am going to show you how to set up SideQuest so you can sideload application, games, all that great stuff onto your, I'm not going to say it, I'm going to say MetaQuest because that's correct. We're doing the Mac and the Windows versions of this video, and that leads me on to the point that this is for Linux. If you want to do it on Mac or Windows, feel free to check out those videos. I've got all of them as well. But yeah, MetaQuest 1, 2, I guess MetaGo as well. Should work on MetaQuest Pro. If there's a updated video or set of steps I need, I'll create a separate video for that. And you can hack applications, sideload games, APKs, OBB files, all of that good stuff. And yeah, so first of all, what you want to do is actually set your device to developer mode. So we're going to switch over to the phone where we'll set it to developer mode. Okay, so let's set our Oculus Quest into developer mode. So this can be Quest 1, Quest 2. I mean, you could do this with the Oculus Go if you're still using that device as well. And I guess you could do it with the Quest Pro that will be launching very soon as well. And this is great if you want to make games, you want to make apps. Plus, if you want to do stuff like sideload games, applications, mods, using something like SideQuest, you need to make sure it's in developer mode. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is open up your web browser and you need to search for Oculus Developer Dashboard. I've already got it there. Click on first link. I'll provide a link in the description. And this step can actually be done via the via your laptop. But the remaining step, which is to enable developer mode, has to be done on your phone, and it has to be connected to the account that you used to, not the actual phone, but the actual MetaQuest app. It's called MetaQuest now. So if you haven't used it for a while, and it was called Oculus Quest, it's called MetaQuest now. Make sure that app is updated to the latest version and make sure it's on the same account that you originally used. You'll be using that particular app. Okay, so first of all, we need to create an organization. This is for developing purposes. Even if you are sideloading, you still need to do this because you need to create an organization to be able to enable developer mode. So this is very important. And in the bottom left, you'll see an icon. If you click that, and now it expands up. If you're on like a bigger screen, like a laptop or a computer, you probably won't need to do that. From here in the org manager, click the drop down or hide the keyboard, click create. As you can see, I've got loads of organizations. Always end up creating a new one every time I do a video like this. Click create and just put the organization. So I'm gonna put I am Superman. Yeah, whoa, that's already taken. I am Superman 123. Seems to be available. Click I understand. And I'm going to close this menu. Click submit. Click agree, submit. And that's it. Let's just confirm. Yes, it's created. That's it. That's all you need to do on your account. If you went to this website, the developer dashboard, it wasn't logged in. So if I go to incognito, Oculus developer dashboard, if this appeared for you, just click login and log in using whatever method you want. You can use Facebook, Instagram, or just a separate email address. I just used Facebook, but doesn't really matter. So if that comes up, just do that, and then you'll come to this menu, and then from here you can create the organization. Next step, this is the final step. Go to the MetaQuest app. Again, remember, make sure that is updated to the latest version. And I recommend that your Oculus Quest or Oculus device is also updated to the latest version as well. So if I open that up, in the bottom right, there's the menu button. Click that and go to devices. And in here, from the drop down, as you can see, it's selecting MetaQuest 2, which has connected. If you have a different one, just select the drop down and select the device. If I scroll down, there is a developer mode option. Click that. Developer mode. If I click the checkbox on the, or it's a toggle button, like a radio button. Yeah, it's a toggle button on the right hand side. If I click that, that's it. You are now in developer mode. There is nothing more to do. So you can just check, make sure. If I was to close it, reopen it, go to menu, devices, scroll down, developer mode. That's it. We are in developer mode. Okay, so we have now set it to developer mode. we are now back. So what we need to do now is, I want to say this video does not condone piracy. Make sure you legally own everything that you are going to be trying. If it's, an APK file, make sure you have, legal access to it, and make sure you have some good USB cables. So you can either do USB-C to USB-C if your computer supports USB-C, or you can go USB-C to USB-A. I recommend something like an Anchor cable or the U-Green cables. They work really well. So do the Uni cables, or the one that comes with the headset works fine as well. So what you want to do is, first of all, open up your web browser, search for SideQuest. So SideQuestVR.com. I'll provide a link to that in the description. Go to Get SideQuest. And this is for the advanced installer. I'll have a separate video for the easy installer. So just click this. You'll download it for Linux. I am going to cancel this because I've already got it. And now I'm going to minimize it. And if you right click on what you've got here, SideQuest, it might be in your download folder. That's fine. I'll put it to the desktop. Click Extract to. And I'm going to click Select. You'll create a folder. You can rename it to SideQuest instead of just, SideQuest dash whatever version. I recommend that you put it somewhere a bit more permanent, like an application folder, but I'll leave it here for now. So if you go into here, go to SideQuest, just double click the file, SideQuest will launch up. If that does not work, also I want to mention I'm using Pop! OS, but this will work on Ubuntu and other Linux distros as well. Pop! OS is built on top of, based off of Ubuntu anyway. So that's, the most popular one that you guys will probably be using. You can, if this does not work, right click it, go to Properties, Permissions, and make sure you've got, read and write, and you can do Allow Executing File as Program. That still doesn't work. I'll show you a terminal way. So go to the terminal, type in cd, which is change directory, press space, and drag and drop this folder where that SideQuest file is. Press enter. And now type in sudo, sudo, which is super user do. So it stands for space, /SideQuest, all lowercase. Press enter. You'll ask you for your password, which is what you use to sign in onto your user account on Linux. Just type it in. It won't actually appear, but it is there. It's just for security purposes. Click enter. And sorry, no, this step you just want to do non-sudo, so you won't need the password. Sorry, my bad. Click that. So /SideQuest. They can launch you up. But this is contingent on the terminal being open. So as soon as I close this down, it closes it down. But I can just make it work this way. But sometimes if it doesn't work, especially if you're on a certain Linux distro, Pop! OS does a pretty good job. You can use that other method. Now, we're going to connect up the Quest headset. I noticed this on Linux, and I wanted to show you. Also, here's a little tip and trick. If you've got one of these, straps, which is, better for comfortability, and it also has a built-in battery pack, the battery pack one, that's the what you got to watch out for. If you've got it connected, disconnect it, connect your cable directly into the headset, not into the battery pack, because even though connecting it into the battery pack will charge the headset as well, it won't allow you to pass data through, therefore you can't do any of the steps here. Okay, so if you get this purple icon, warning, no permissions, ADB udev rule is missing, and that's a problem. So we need to fix that. To fix it, it is actually pretty darn easy. And to do that, what you want to do, and I'm going to provide a link in the description. You want to get off this file. I'll show you what's in there. Let's open it. It's just some rules for this particular device. And you want to copy it. You want to go to other locations. Go to your computer. Go to etc. Go to the udev folder. Go to rules.d, and you want to paste it here. If you try and paste it and it gives you some sort of error about permission not allowed, then what you can do, open up terminal and type in type in sudo space chmod 777. This will give it full rights so you can read, write, and execute from there. Drag and drop this folder on. You'll ask you for your password. Just type in your user password, click enter, and now in here you can actually copy and paste this file now. Boom, there we go. Okay, so that doesn't quite fix things. First of all, you need to make sure you've got ADB installed. If I type in ADB and you get something like that, that means it's not installed. You need to run the sudo apt install ADB command. If he asks you to confirm something, just press Y and then press enter. That's all good. And now if I type in ADB devices, the ADB space devices, and if you get this, no permission, user Farhan is not in the plug dev group. So far, that's good. We've added the Oculus rules. So all you need to do, I've got the commands right here instead of me remembering them. All you want to do, and I actually recommend keeping all these commands to sudo, just makes things, just guarantees that they're going to work. Type in sudo adb kill-server. Now type in sudo. If I type in ADB devices now, it's still not working. But what you want to do is type in sudo ADB, and I'll close this down. We won't need this for now. Start-server. And if I type in ADB devices again, press enter. Let me kill it again. Okay, so you have to make sure SideQuest is closed down. Daemon started successfully. Now if I go to ADB devices, once you get unauthorized, that's great because you can authorize it from the headset. You have to do that on Mac, Windows, and Linux. That's good. If this keeps happening, where you keep getting the no permission rule and the unauthorized status isn't appearing, I read online, just keep running the ADB kill server command, ADB start server till you got it going. There might be something else, running that's stopping the server from shutting down. If that's the case, just figure that out. And now we launch it back up. My headset is still connected. And now it'll go orange, allow in headset. So now all I'm going to do is put the headset on. And it pops up, allow USB debugging. I can press cancel, always allow from this computer, or allow. I'm just going to click allow, but I recommend always allow for you guys. And allow connected devices to access files, click allow. And if it pops up again, which it has allow USB debugging, click allow. Usually it pops up 3 times. That should make it go green. It's gone green, fantastic. We can install stuff now. You can drag an APK onto like SideQuest loader, SideQuest logo, you'll start installing, or what we're going to install with Linux. It's always iffy about the headset starts to go to sleep mode. So I'm just going to trick it. Allow, click allow. I'm going to click always allow from this computer actually. Should make things a little easier. I'll just leave it up here like so. And so scroll down, go to Physics Playground, and I'm going to download this. Go to the download button, click the drop down, go to download app Sideload, and it's asking for my country, asking for a date of birth. I'll put something that I know definitely will be more than good enough. I can't see no confirm button, but that's probably hidden there. So I think my headset's being a bit iffy. Just bear with me. I'm just gonna plug in the adapter for my mouse into the back of the machine. Okay, I think it's just because he was on the same bus and he was like messing up. Okay, so here we go. And click download app. Click the button here. There we go, that's working a lot better. I've just disconnected the USB adapter. That was the issue with my PC. And yeah, it's just downloading it now. Once it's downloaded, it'll install it onto the headset. Obviously, during this, make sure you do not disconnect your headset. Make sure you do not turn it off, all that stuff. And I'll provide a list of these commands that I actually put in the terminal because you will need them. I'll provide a link to that Oculus rules file as well, because on Linux, I know a lot of tutorials out there, they'll do a generic SideQuest setup video where they'll do it on Windows, where it's usually the easiest, and they'll miss out Mac. Mac's pretty easy, to be fair, but then Linux, they'll be like, oh yeah, you just download the Linux version, but they don't tell you, you got to do all this other jazz just to get Linux to work, and that's just Linux in general. But you can get it to work. You just gotta know this stuff. That's the reason I was creating all the separate videos. And all good to go. So we can actually turn this off. So close that, and close this. And what I'm gonna do is search for Oculus casting, so you can actually see what I'll see on my headset. I'm gonna disconnect the headset now. Plug the battery pack back in. Okay, so go to sharing, cast, computer, next, and it's just casting it over. Probably take a few seconds. Okay, that should be all done now. Okay, so let me just retry it. Okay, there we go. Click full screen, and you can now see the headset. So the games that you install, the applications from SideQuest, they will be in App Library, but not in all. In the top right, go to this drop down, click Unknown Sources, and they'll appear right here. You can use the right stick to scroll up and down. You can also use this touch as well. I mean the index finger to click and drag. If you want to uninstall a game, click three dots, uninstall. To play, you just select it. And thumbs up from anyone who remembers when, if you sideloaded something on like SideQuest, for example, you had to go back to SideQuest just to uninstall stuff. Which I don't have much room, so I'm being very ammo here. Definitely does have some badass physics. So many great stuff outside of this mod in your quest on SideQuest. So I recommend it just for stuff on here. And some stuff doesn't come to the store straight away. They'll come on here like an early preview. And when it's got some traction, maybe some funding or some sales, they'll put it onto the actual system. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna quit out of this now. Oh, I definitely do want to do a bit of VR today, but for now I've got a bunch of videos to record. So that's it. That's how you set up SideQuest on your Linux machine. If you have any questions, feel free to join the Discord group, link in the description. All commands that we did in the terminal plus this 50-oculus.rules file will also be in the description via a link. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.